Already started with The Groomer by Jon Athan. Or maybe Jonathan. No. Okay, so I am 60% through this book. Basically, it's about this one guy. He is scouring the entire area for children to kidnap, and then he gives it to this other higher up who does really disturbing things to these poor kids. At the very beginning, I feel bad for the kid who was tricked. This boy was tricked. So he was playing a game, and then this boy, he's 10 years old, and I can't believe, like, it's so heartbreaking that he is drinking Red Bull energy drink. I don't know if that sort of thing actually exists, but if it does, I feel so bad. And it's because this kid, he is being raised by, he's sort of like neglected by his parents, and so he just plays his games and he doesn't get any supervision from his parents while online. And then this guy chats him up. The name is Cheese 2002 or something like that, the username. And he says that, oh, I've got a bunch of gift cards for you, which you can use for your Fortnite game and for there's another game that he mentioned, so that you can buy some skins. And this kid was like quite cautious, like, my parents always told me to not believe any strangers, but also he has been already talking with this Cheese guy for a while, and he knows that Cheese is older than him, maybe like college age, but I know him, he's a friend. So he's like, yeah, sure, let's meet up so you can give me the gift cards. So he goes, and then around about the same time, a baby gets taken from Walmart. Yeah, so the same person takes them. They fall into the hands of the same disgusting guy. Around the 20% mark, I was like thinking, like, my stomach literally churned, and I was going to end it, but then like I skimmed a little bit just so I can, go through it. And like, I'm just thinking, is this kind of depravity? Most likely it's occurring somewhere. Okay, so my voice is not that good today. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's gonna be gone in a couple of days. That's how it feels. Yeah, so there's that. And I was gonna DNF it, but I'm like, no, I'm going to see this through because I need to see this guy, this Cheese guy, die. Like the thing that he did. Okay, trigger warnings for this book: mutilation, obviously child abuse. There's also this one part where Cheese blackmails this teenage girl to do some sexual acts, like basically extorting her to do that, and then this causes her to off herself. Yeah, so, but in line with that story, we're also following a family with, so obviously the parents, and then two kids, Max, the older brother, who is around 8 years old or 10 years old, I think, and then a younger sister, the younger sister, Grace, who is around like 5 years old, I think. Yeah, and they're noticing, okay, this guy, which is, I think this is the eyes from the movie Clockwork Orange. Look at it, it's so similar, isn't it? I think this is it. Okay, anyway, this same guy has been following Grace. He has been stalking the family, and the parents have already noticed it, and they've tried to report it, but then since this guy, this groomer person, Zachary Denton, he's not really doing anything to them. Like, he was just taking pictures, and he made it seem like he was taking pictures of something else and not of children in the park, And so they couldn't really bring any case to him. Yeah, eventually Grace gets taken because she finds this guy like familiar. Sometimes when kids see, even if it's like a stranger, but then they often see that person, they feel like they know that person. I have to be wary of that with my kids. Like, I have to tell them like many times to never go with anyone ever and talk to a stranger. Never. And I'm just so glad that we live in the Philippines, because I think maybe this kind of issue is more prevalent in other countries. But I know it still happens in the Philippines, but not as much as in the States, say. Yeah, this father I'm getting so pissed at because he is taking matters into his own hands, but also in a not correct way, because he's searching up sex offenders in the area, and then he goes to them and then he becomes like really violent to them, and I think that is so against his character. There's a part of the book where it says that this is like the new normal for him, when in fact I think that, you know, for that to be the new normal for this person is he has to have been doing this for quite a while, because you're not a decent person who, like, even if your daughter gets taken, you don't suddenly find it easy to hurt these people. Like after the acts of violence that he does, he sort of feels like, you know, what have I done, that kind of feeling. But still, like, during, I would expect him to be like vomiting as he cuts off the ear of one of the guys. Yeah. Okay, so that is it so far for The Groomer. Okay, so it's been a while since I finished reading The Groomer, and okay, first of all, here are my thoughts a week after reading the book. First of all, The Groomer, I don't know, that doesn't ring true because I think grooming is vastly different from what happened in the book. It is straight on predatory, not even like grooming a kid so that she grows up being sexually promiscuous or something. No, it's not that. So I'm guessing that the author chose this title because it's maybe more interesting to read about, like more catching or capturing, I don't know, captivating. Okay, and second of all, I mentioned it before, I think, that this father who lost his daughter, it is so far-fetched. The things that he has done, like when he was like taking out these sex offenders himself, you know, searching the registry and then finding them when they're like in their jobs. Like, I would believe the actions of this guy, this dad, if he was like a former soldier or former FBI, former Navy, former anything related to violence. But he sells insurance. A guy selling, I'm guessing it's even like life insurance or something. That, and then he is able to do these torturous things to these people, like even if they were sex offenders. Like I kind of felt bad for them too, because I mean, they're trying to turn their lives around. Maybe they still get those urges, but then now they're more controlling it, like they're trying to be good. And then sadly they are, you know, their past will continue. Like every time when you do something, you know, the consequence of that is going to echo forever into your future. So, you know, how hard is it to be an ex-convict, and then especially that your case is not theft or murder, but rather being a sex offender to minors. So that is expected, but I did not expect it from this guy who sells life insurance. Okay, yeah, so there's that part. And then I do appreciate the author's note by Jon Athan. He has said that he wrote this book mainly because he wants to criticize the people online who they say that we are people to please understand us. Okay, we are MAPs, or not minor attracted persons, which is basically just another term for pedophiles. And Jon Athan was like, okay, I do not like that, so now I'm gonna put you in my book, because there is a person who identifies as an MAP in the book, and there's also an NOMAP, which means a non-offensive minor attracted person. Was I saying attractive? Sorry, minor attracted person. So these NOMAPs or NOMAPs, I don't know if they read it out loud. I mean, if they read the acronym like that, but whatever. They just like looking at the kids. And one of the main characters here is, he identifies as a NOMAP. And hence he is just like, he said, I just like looking at the little kids because, you know, whatever, does something to him. But doesn't he realize that him taking these kids, even if he's not hurting them directly, he is indirectly feeding them to the next person. Okay, so mainly I was like getting bored, or like I was like skimming through the parts where the father was attacking, torturing these sex offenders. I was like, I don't really care about that, because what I really care about is looking for Grace. Although the sex offenders, they are like a link, they are, you know, they're all related somehow. So that leads to where Grace is. Yeah, so towards the end of the book, I was like still thinking about, like, I was more interested in what happened to the kid, which obviously, why did I expect, like, after a week of being gone and being in the hands of these people, why would I think that this 5-year-old girl, very vulnerable, why did I think that she'd be able to escape? Oh, you eating? Where's your crackers? Yeah, so yeah, there's that. Okay, anyway, that's it for the groomer. I actually have read quite a few books already, but I probably would just put them all together in one video. I don't know. Okay, it's just that I saw some clips of the groomer and I was like, oh, I didn't finish this video. Okay, that is all. Bye.